Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and this is the Insta360 ONE RS. This is the twin edition, meaning that it has two different lens options. We have a 4K ultra-wide and a 360 lens that's capable of 5.7K. Now this is $549, and of course I'll share footage, what the editor looks like, and more. So if you want to jump to any specific section, check out the description where all the chapters are linked. Now let's go ahead and open this up. It's $549 for this two setup or twin edition setup, and it's about $299 for the regular camera itself. So let's go ahead and open it up. Now, Insta360 was nice enough to send this to me, but it is not a sponsored video. They didn't have any input on the video, and they were not allowed to change anything in the video before it was made live. So let's go ahead and take the wrapper off and open up the box. So it looks like there's no additional stickers or anything. Let's open the box up, and I'll show you what's in here. So we have three different things. As you can see, we have the main camera here. So you've got a 4K lens, and it says ONE RS. Let's go ahead and take the coverings off that. And there's one back here with a little display, and then on the side. So let's see if we can get this off of it. And this is the camera itself. Now this just comes apart like this, and then you can flip it around. So maybe you want to vlog and see yourself. You can flip it around, put it together, flip it the other way. It's really convenient. And again, I'll share more of that in a moment. We have a 360 lens here. So this is a 360 lens, a lens on each side. Let's take the covers off this. So like I showed you before, you have two different lenses. You just pull them apart like this and then put the next one together. It's really simple. And then you have the battery here. So this is the battery module, and it just clips onto the bottom. So let's take the plastic piece off. Now, as long as you have everything connected and lined up on the bottom, you just click this into place, and it snaps into place, and now you have your battery and then your lens and sort of the main processing unit. So you have that, and then on the side here, let's go ahead and look at this side. We'll take off the sticker. You can see here what we have is a little door, and underneath we have a USB-C port and a micro SD slot, and then you have a few different microphones around it. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else is in the box. So we'll pull this out here, set this aside, open it up, and inside it looks like we have a USB-A to USB-C adapter. There's no charger block in the box, it looks like. Then we have some instructions. So we have an Insta360 quick start guide, waterproofing, what to know, and then just some more information and a warranty card. Looks like we also get some stickers, and this looks like it's a microfiber cloth, maybe to clean the lenses. So let's go ahead and open this up. There we go. And we have a microfiber cloth included that says Insta360. Then also within the bag, we have a little frame and a little cover for the 360 lenses. So you have a little rubber cover for the 360 lens to keep it safe. Just goes over like this. So when you're not using it, it keeps the lenses safe. And then also in the bag, we have a little frame. So this is the mounting hardware for the frame. So you'll see you've got this piece here, and then this goes to the bottom here, and you just put this in like this, and it holds everything in place. So it takes a second to line it up, get it lined up, and it just screws into place like this. Once you have the bracket or frame together, it says always use the bracket to secure the camera mods. The bracket also helps dissipate heat when recording for a long time. So this actually acts as a heat sink for your camera. So what you do is click these buttons here, it opens up, and then you can slide the camera in place. So this piece here lets off a lot of heat. Let's close the little door here on the side, and you just slide it in like this and then close it. So once it's closed, now it dissipates heat, and then you can use it for a longer period of time. Now I have some accessories they sent along as well. One of them they call the invisible selfie stick. It sort of disappears in certain footage. So this extends, it's made out of metal. We also have a camera mount for a car or whatever you'd like. It's a suction cup mount, so you'll see that used in the video. You won't see this, but I used it. And then also a bike or motorcycle mount. So this bike or motorcycle mount clamps onto handlebars and holds it really securely. And then of course you can tilt it any which way you'd like. So all of these things hold the camera, and they're pretty reasonably priced as well. Now we can boot up the camera. Just hold down the button here, or press the button, it turns on. We'll give it just a moment. And this is a touch screen, so you set it up using touch. You select your language, hit the little check mark, and then you want to connect it to your phone app on Android or iPhone, and then you can sort of control it and activate it. And once it's activated, you can just use the camera like normal. So you'll see now it's spun the camera around. We're seeing this view here, and we have a ton of different options. So it's telling you how to use it, swipe left to right or top down. So you have standard, HDR. You can also take photos with it as well, HDR photos, interval or time lapses, night, star lapse, burst modes, loop recording, and more. So lots of different options here. Let's just go back. And I use this in 5.7K. So we'll just select standard for now. And then you have this little tutorial where it's showing you how to do different things as well. You can adjust everything in auto or set the ISO and more yourself. And then you can swipe up or double tap for a panoramic preview. So you can switch it around and you'll see it says 5.7K at 30 frames per second. And so it's really easy to use. Basically set it how you want, set everything up and hit record, whether that be on the selfie stick or whatever else. It seemed to last easily at least an hour for me using this battery. I had no issues and the stabilization is incredible. So here's the 4K boost lens. It's an f2.4 with a 16mm equivalent and it has a little glass cover over the lens. On the side it says flow state stabilization. Then you can just click it into place. You can spin it either way. You have connectors for either on both sides to hold it in place. Connect it to your battery here. And if you have extra batteries, you can just connect it, press the power button. Takes a second to boot up. You've got a blue indicator light for that, and that's it. It's super simple to use. Put it in the little frame here, and you're good to go. You also have some options here, so you can tap on the screen, and then of course go to 4K 60, 4K 30. You have flow state stabilization, and a ton of different options as well. But I just left everything in auto so I could share what some of this footage actually looks like. So go ahead and take a look at some of this footage. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. This is straight out of the camera. I didn't grade any of it. I just put it right into footage and then put sort of a montage together so you could see what this is capable of. When you're done recording with your Insta360, we need to connect to it and we can either upload the footage, edit it, even use it live. So let's go into the app on our iPhone. There's also a Mac and Windows version also, and I'll show you that in a moment. But if we go into the Insta360 app, it will remotely connect to the camera. So we'll just tap the little camera button here. It says connecting to Bluetooth. We'll give it just a moment here. Join the Wi-Fi network. It connects directly to the camera itself. Give it just a second here. And I wanted to show you in real time what it looks like. And then you can go into your album. So these are all of the different things saved on the camera, but they're streaming over to the phone. And then you can go in and edit directly from here. So you can see here is one of the things I recorded on my SeaDoo or JetSki. And you can actually just scrub through it, take a look at it, and it shows you everything here. You have all sorts of different options for speed and filters and more. Freeze frames, you can just adjust everything you want and fully edit it here and then export it. If we go back, the same is true with the 360 camera. So we'll go into 360 and we can just turn it. We can set points to have it turn around. We can turn it however we'd want. There we go. We can turn it here, tell it to freeze here, and whatever we want, we can easily edit this. So all of these points down here allow you to change where you want it to be edited as you turn the camera around. So while you're using it, it's recording, and then you can edit this in post or afterward. Super simple to use. And then of course you can share it. And then you also have a live view right here. Just tap the camera button and you can record directly from it. So now it's recording. Look over here. It's a little messy. There's another Insta360 camera, and you can see in real time, use it as a webcam. Just turn it around and use it like this. So you can use it as a live webcam if you want to, or whatever else you'd like to do. Fully edit it on your phone, see all of your footage and more. Now on the Mac, where I edited some of the footage, I wanted to share some of that with you. I've imported one video into the Insta360 Studio 2022 on my Mac, and you can see it says video, gives the name, and then also that it's in 5.7K. This is the 360 cam, and I can just move it around wherever I'd like. Each one of these markers at the bottom lets me pick where I want it to be at the time of this part of the video. So if I click on this part of the video, you'll see that's me. And then if I turn this around, I could say I want to keep it here. I can also flatten out the footage. So when you saw this in the montage, this same footage, if I click on this little dot here, I can flatten the footage out for a natural view. I can change it to a tiny planet, or just go to the default or a crystal ball. So you can change this however you'd like. And the nice thing I've noticed is when you go from one computer to the next, this is actually baked into the video file. So now if I play this back, let me make sure it's muted here. We'll go ahead and play it back. You'll see that it's moving, and I can move it at any point as well, but as soon as it hits this dot, it will snap back to where it should be. So again, if we go over here, you'll see it's going to turn as I continue the video. So it's going to turn a little bit, look back at me, and then as we go to this part of the video, you'll see I'm slowly panning around to the other direction. So it's super easy to edit, and then when you're done, you can just export this or save it. So if we want to export, we can export here. We can change it to a higher bit rate, or the best is actually ProRes 422, and then you can change it to 3840 by 2160 or 4K. So now you can do that. You also can remove grain as well and then export it if you want. Or you could export it in a 360 video and upload it to YouTube that way. So you have all of those options built into this, and you've got a bunch of other things as well, as far as stitching, media processing, even a logo. If you want to put the Insta360 logo on there, you can do that or leave it off. And then of course you have your project management and more. So all of these things are very easy to use, and it was super simple to figure out. Once I used it a couple times, you can just change it to whatever view you'd like and stitch the entire video here if you'd like to do that. After using the Insta360 ONE RS, it's super easy to use. I was really surprised by how easy it was to edit the footage afterward, just to use it, hit the button, and I really didn't have to worry about anything, setting exposure or anything else. If you want to swap lenses, you swap it. If you want to swap the battery, you can do that. If you need extended batteries, you can buy more of those, and it never really overheated on me. I was using it in very hot sun outside with the jet ski or the SeaDoo. If you saw that, it was really hot outside and I had no issues with it overheating. It was quite warm, but it never overheated on me. Other than that, there's one complaint I have about it, and that's probably the little door here for the micro SD card. If we open it up, it's just very hard to get your finger in there, especially with this case on it or this sort of surround. So if I open this up, slide it out, it does make it a little bit easier, but if you have larger fingers like me, it's very hard to get the SD card out, or you could just plug into it, of course. But if you want to remove that micro SD, it makes it a little difficult. And I did have this door come off a couple times. You can just simply snap it back into place. But it's one of the things, if I had one complaint, that would be it. But it does need to be water resistant. So it does have to be sort of sealed quite a bit as well and reset or recessed down in. Otherwise, though, I'm pretty happy with the Insta360 ONE RS. The footage I was pretty impressed with. In low light, it is a bit grainy, but the stabilization is incredible. All of that footage was super shaky, and it just instantly took care of it for me. So I'm super impressed with it. Let me know what you think of them in the comments below. If you've used one of these or maybe one of the competitors, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Of course, I'll leave a link for this in the description below, and let me know what you think of this in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.